Players out on the pitch at Balaidos. It's match day 12 in La Liga. It's Celta versus Barça. As Barça know, if they win tonight, they can go 3 points behind Real Madrid and blow the title race wide open. Madrid have slipped up at Vallecas, and what's going to be a roaring stadium here in Galicia. Barça know they've got to be in for a real tough test tonight under what we believe is going to be pouring rain inside the stadium. There is Claudio Giraldez having a wonderful spell at Celta Vigo. He embraces with Hansi Flick before this game. Both managers need the points. Barça know, Robert, this is really, it feels like a massive week in La Liga.
It does indeed, and it's only match day 12, but heading into the international break, having the opportunity to get back into depend on ourselves mode feels very big. In a stadium in which we slipped up last year, we slipped up late, so full focus for the entire 90 minutes on a pitch that's going to be complicated to play on. It's been pouring down with rain during the entire warm-up, but that guy on our screens, Lamine Yamal, played in Champions League mode, in MVP mode in midweek, and we're going to need that to happen again tonight.
Right, we absolutely are. Is it the Lamine Yamal show once more? Here's a Celta lineup. We expect a back three. Rado, Marcos Alonso, Starfelt, and Manu Fernandez across it. Expect Mingueza and Carrera to provide the support on the wing-back spots. Moriba and Sotelo in midfield. There's no Aspas or Brian Zaragoza, so Pablo Duran gets the nod. He's up front alongside Borja Iglesias and also former Barça player Ferran Jutgla. Lots of former Barça players in the Celta lineup, and it is an interesting team too.
It is an interesting team that started out La Liga with no wins in 9 games, 2 consecutive ones for them, 5 in a row counting all competitions, so they're on a roll, they're gaining confidence, and Claudio Giraldez has found something in this team. Can we break that streak tonight with notable absences still, but with a return, an important return into the lineup?
That's absolutely right. So here is the Barça team. They do make 2 changes from the team that drew at Bruges. Not much for Flick to play with, but Eric Garcia does start despite his broken nose. He's next to Araujo, Cubarsí and Balde at the back. Midfield 3 stays the same. De Jong, Casado and Fermín. And as you said, Robert, big news in attack because Lamine Yamal and Marcus Rashford are going to be alongside Robert Lewandowski up front. So Barça going pretty much strong. I'd say they bring Lewandowski back in, which is of course the big news, and indeed they have to reshuffle a bit at the back due to Koundé not being able to finish yesterday's training session.
And Eric Garcia moves into that position, of course, wearing a protective mask after the nasal fracture he suffered against Club Bruges. And as the players huddle into the midfield, there's going to be a minute of silence at the stadium of Balaidos.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. We will, of course, respect this minute silence. It's for Colin Addison, who is ex-manager of Celta. Beautifully observed there in the pouring rain. Looks as though it is going to have some effect on conditions tonight, Robert, doesn't it? Because it is absolutely hammering it down here.
It is indeed. It will probably affect the speed of the ball rolling. Barca will have to be sharp in passing. We'll see how much it affects the rhythm of play, how much it affects the speed of the ball moving along the turf. But Barca need to be fully focused and try and address the issues of, there's a change in the lineup.
Yeah.
And we did see, Pablo, during the warm-up, that Fermín was receiving treatment, so Dani Olmo seems to have been introduced in the place of Fermín.
I'm just seeing, we had a message here saying it's Olmo for Casado.
Oh, Olmo for Casado. Okay,
yeah.
okay, right, okay. So, right, well,
that is some attacking midfield 3 for Barça, is what I'd say, isn't it?
It is indeed. Right.
So needs must, and more bad news, I suppose, in terms of that means that Casado's had to put up with an injury. So, Barça do get us underway, and as you can see down there, Fermín and Olmo, they start. So De Jong, in terms of holding midfielders, pretty much on his own in there. You wonder, or you imagine Fermín will drop in. He actually played in that role against Bruges in the second half.
Yeah.
Last time out.
Well, bear with me, Pablo, because I'm going to change that on our graphic right now. But yeah, important news. Dani Olmo starting in the place of Marc Casado.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see how Barca do that now. I'm just having an immediate glance down. Looks as though maybe De Jong will sit deepest, of course, and then, well, Fermin will almost play up alongside Olmo. This is a decent start from Barca here with a bit of room nearly for Olmo to run into. Barca know what a massive, massive chance this is for them today. Them in their Blaugrana slip strip. You can't imagine there would have been much more motivation needed for the Catalans coming into this one from Hansi Flick, as Celta for the first time of the evening tried to get in behind. It's not quite going to come through. Iglesias tried to control there. After that swept ball up from Pablo Duran. We maybe expected Brian Zaragoza to start, or even Iago Aspas. Claudio Giraldez hasn't gone for either of those two options. They're both on the bench. We know Brian Zaragoza usually turns up against Barca, but Pablo Duran, who scored in this fixture last season, gets the nod alongside Jugla and Borja Iglesias. Still a strong front three, I'd say.
Careful here with Balde almost giving the ball away. We've got Marc Brau pitch side. Marc, there's been a substitution in the lineup. Do you have any updates on what has happened there?
Hi again, guys. No, for the moment, I'm just surprised, the same as you, because nobody know it, and just the communication media of the club just sent us a message just at the same time that the players came into the pitch, that Marc Casado is out and Daniel Musin. Maybe in the next minutes we will know exactly what happened with Marc Casado, but of course it has to be some in relation with an injury. I saw him ending the warm-up, and I think that everything was better with him, but everything was surprised. Just the substitution was no at the same time that the players come into the pitch. So let's go to win the 3 important points with a lot of rain now in Balaídos.
Here comes Marcus Rashford. That looked like a free kick to me. It was indeed. Dangerous position this for Barca. Rashford for the first time of the evening taking on his man, and it was Mingueza in fact who'd fouled him. Bit late there in the challenge, and yeah, definite free kick and a pretty good position this for Barca, I'd say, early on to get a good delivery into the box.
If this was later on in the game, there probably would have been a yellow card for Oscar Mingueza. A clear foul as Marcus Rashford was getting away. I like that he went with the one-on-one. Marc, very quickly, very briefly, we've got a poll on our live chat. Who will be the first scorer of the game? Lamine Yamal, Fermin, Rashford or Lewandowski?
I'll go with Lewandowski, number 9.
Lewandowski says Marc. Well, let's see who gets their head on the end of this one. Rashford in the end, I think, goes for goal. It's going to fall here to De Jong. I think he thought about that little dink ball over the top. Now Lamine. Maybe just a gap opens up here for Barca away from Starfield. It falls to Lewandowski.
Ooh, that was it,
who
wasn't
gets
it?
his first strike away of the evening. It was comfortable in the end, though, for Radu in goal. But hey, that's what we want to see from Lewandowski.
Pablo, that makes me feel confident in my Lewandowski vote as well. I voted Lewandowski.
You're Lewandowski? What am I option, sorry, that you've got?
Careful.
Right, we'll get more on that in a minute, because here comes Pablo Duran. Celta in behind for the first time in the evening. It's Duran. It's off the line from Balde. And just when it looked as though Celta were going to take the lead, Duran, deft little dink over Szczesny. The offside flag was up anyway. Wouldn't have counted.
It did feel like it, although Barca did very well to run back, get back. Yeah, it's clear. I think
he's off.
I think he is off on the halfway line. He was the only player to have fully crossed that halfway line. Alejandro Balde did extremely well, though, to get back and clear that one. Clear opportunity for Celta regardless. Pablo, the options were for first scorer, Lamine Yamal, Fermin, Rashford or Lewandowski.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm going Lewandowski too as well. Come on. All three of us are on Levy, so now we just got to hope that he does the business. Come on, Levy.
Well, the fans are going with Lamine Yamal. 63% of the votes for Lamine Yamal at the moment, as the poll is still open. The fans trusting that Lamine Yamal can continue where he left off on Wednesday.
They always back Lamine. You got to love it, eh? That's unconditional love. They always go for Lamine. And to be fair, what we saw from Lamine on Wednesday night, I think, was probably his best half in a Barca shirt this season. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. I really do. And he took the game to Bruges when, in Barca's hour of need, really a little bit, with Bruges getting behind consistently. I think you briefly mentioned earlier the need for Barca today to be better in defence, keep the attack going up, as we were doing against Bruges, and getting behind, but improve defensively. I think it's got to be a key. We saw it immediately there, felt like getting behind, but the line this time was held well. This is Lamine putting out his dancing tricks. It's headed away though. for the defence, and that's going to fall here to Marcos Alonso with Starfelt playing in a back three. I wonder how that all is fair for Barça today, coming up against it, almost man-to-man across the front line.
You mentioned, Pablo, what the game plan should be. I want to ask, after that game against Bruges, what will the key of the game be tonight? So to be careful with that space in behind defence. We just saw Barca play the high line well, as we're just seeing right now Marc Cazador talking to a member of the technical staff on the bench, sitting on the bench, Marc Cazador, who's been replaced in the lineup by Dani Olmo. We assume physical issue. We'll get updates, and we'll let you know as soon as possible what has happened there. What will the key of the game be? To be careful with that space in behind defence, to stick to our style, like Hansi said after the game, or to focus the full 90 minutes. This one obviously referencing what happened last year at Balaidos, which was 80 good minutes, and then all chaos unravelled in the final 10 minutes of that game, and we dropped 2 points. Mine is stick to our style. I mean, yeah. I'm with Hansi. I'm 100% with Hansi. Stick to our style. Last year, he said that first goal the other day, last year was an offside, this year is not an offside. It's a thing of focus, concentration, all being aligned, all being in sync. But we played with those spaces in behind. It's just that we defended them a little bit better. We need to get back to that. I say stick to our style.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think sticking to our style is going to be imperative tonight, because immediately we're seeing here Barça are attacking Celta, they're coming at them, and they're getting chances, and actually they're putting the home team on the back foot. Exactly what we wanted, exactly what we asked for tonight. We've got to see more of that as the game goes on. I think the focus is crucial. I mean, you look at last year's game, Robert, and we had this one in the bag, really. I think it was Castelló, wasn't it, who got sent off, and bang, it changed in the fraction of a minute, really. We must stay focused the full 90 minutes. I think this is going to be a game highly contested until the end, and, well, just watch out here, a minute, Robert, because Eddie Garcia was asking for a handball, and I think...
Is it going to be reviewed?
Verona Rojas is going to take a look at this. I didn't see anything, I must say. I'm not sure where the action was. Here it is. Oh, that's a penalty, I think. It's Marcos Alonso.
Marcos Alonso deflects the Fermin shot with his hand, which is like tight against his body, like this, but it's separated from his body. Marc, have you seen the action?
Hey.
He's looking at it.
Because I'm close to the action, but it was just at the other side. Yeah, he's looking at it, and you know that not always, but a lot of things happen when a referee goes to the screen. Most of the time, it gets the same decision that they're talking about.
I think the arm goes up a bit as well.
I'm far from the action, but what I have to say is, after the shoot, I have to say that Araujo was directly going to the referee to say that it's handball, and now it's confirmed, as you can listen to the whistles of the fans, that it's penalty for Barça. It will be the fourth of the season, and I think it's Robert Lewandowski who will take the penalty. It's
penalty for Barça. Penalty for Barça.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I was just thinking back to an action earlier on in the season.
Lewandowski will take the penalty.
Okay, Marc, thank you. Robert Lewandowski will take the penalty. Pablo, you were saying?
I was just thinking back to the Balde penalty that was given against us in a Levante, and I must say that well, once I saw the image from Alonso first time in lifetime, I saw nothing. On the replay, it was almost instant. Well, here we go then. It's Robert Lewandowski over the penalty for Barça. Lewandowski stutters, steps up and scores! He gets it through the keeper, and Lewandowski's back amongst the goals for the Blaugrana. Celta 0, Barça 1 in Balaidos.
There we go. Robert Lewandowski, nicely finished. The keeper got a hand to it, but he went low to his right. Lewandowski with the goal gives Barca an early lead in this game. Unfortunate for Marcos Alonso, but I think his arm was separate enough from his body. It was going upward as well as it contacted the ball and deflected the shot from Fermin. So for me, fair penalty. Robert Lewandowski finds the net.
Well, this is the action again. I must say, it was always going to be given. I just wondered whether Rado was going to keep this out. I don't think it's Lewandowski's best penalty. That doesn't quite get it in the corner, but it's low and hard enough. And maybe the rain has had an effect on that. Rado not able to get a strong enough hand on it and snuck under the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper got a hand on it. Flick refusing to look.
Right, let's have a look at Hansi Flick's reaction to this goal. He didn't want to look.
There you go.
There you go. The bench reaction, Hansi Flick reacting. Barca with the 1-0 lead.
Well, exactly what the doctor ordered, Robert. The early start. I think we've been probing in the opening minutes, and watch out here because Rashford.
Here we go.
Could this be the perfect start? Oh, what a save! It's Lewandowski on the follow-up. And Celta survived. The referee's slipping, everyone's slipping. It's chaos in there. But really, Barca should have had a 2-goal lead early on here. They really should have.
They really should have. Marcus Rashford with a golden opportunity. Careful
dear,
here.
And just down the other end, Celta surely are going to equalise themselves. It's all happening here. And yes, they have. Well, this is unbelievable. It really is. It's Carrera who's got through. From one end to the other, Barca miss their chance and Celta take theirs. It's Carrera, the wing-back, who gets in. It is quite literally unbelievable, but Barca broken down. The high line there, a slick one too, and the Catalans are punished.
End to end. Marcus Rashford with a chance to make it 2, denied by the keeper. Celta managed to get it from one side to the other at lightning speed, catch Barca's defence off guard, in space, and it's 1-1. And it's madness once again. There we go, we've got the replay. Marcus Rashford denied in the finish, and as the ball is played through, there's no offside because Alejandro Balde on the near side of our screens here is the player furthest behind, and Carrera does well to finish in front of Szczesny. There was a moment in which it seemed like he was going to slow down and allow Araujo and Cubarsí and Eric to get back and deflect that, but it's a nice finish from Carrera, and once again it's our opponent in space that gets the job done.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you did ask, didn't you, for key of the game, and hey, maybe we should have gone for that because here comes Celta again. The strike comes in, it's over the top of the crossbar. Well, I think that's the issue that we're having right now. Even when we're playing superior to the opponent, as we did in Bruges, for example, Robert, teams are finding it just too easy against us, and we're letting them in too many times. And you could see it again there. Celta were pinned in. I mean, hey, Rashford obviously should make it 2, and down the other end, it's a typical, isn't it? The cliche of football, where you miss your chance and the opponent take theirs. I thought the same. I thought maybe Carrera had taken it a step too wide, but he managed to get his shots away in the end, and a decently placed finish into the corner past Szczesny. Players sliding in weren't able to do enough, and we've had a frantic start here to start this one. We really have.
Mario Brau, up and down game once again, a replica of what we saw on Wednesday. Barca playing well in attack, creating opportunities, but our opponent catching us in space.
And the same as we saw in Balaidos in the last times. Remember that in one game we won 3-0 at the halftime, and finally the score was 3-3. Last season we won 2-0, 10 minutes to go, and then they equalized the score. And yes, as you said, the thing that puts Hansi Flick angered in other situations is that we were very close to put the 2-0 on the score. A lot of time in La Liga that we couldn't put the 2 difference of goals away. Sainz Oviedo, the last time that we won away. And it's a pity because Rashford got an important chance. After that, Lewandowski falls down. They complain about a penalty, but I think that there's nothing. And yes, it's a pity because Barca was very close. I want to comment that you asked me which player will score the first goal, and I said Lewandowski, and it was. But it's a pity because not only for the way that we received the goal again with the wide open play by Celta, it's because we were very close to put the 2-0 with Rashford team. But I have to say that we don't have to put all the guilty of Rashford. I think that Brad would make a good save.
No. It's more how the team reacted after that. It's how Celta managed to catch us in space, disorganized, when we've missed the opportunity. They only have to string together 4 or 5 passes to get the ball from one end to the other. And now the important thing is, how do Barca react after this? We saw a reaction after each goal the other day in Bruges, but here, Celta looking to catch us in space once again.
Yes, and Szczesny, when he did look offside on that occasion. Yeah, I mean, again, it's a topic, isn't it? The space in behind that Barca are leaving. It's the way they play, of course, and Celta right now are having a decent go at it. They have been caught well offside on that occasion again. And yeah, I mean, obviously the most frustrating thing about the goal we conceded is that we felt as though maybe we had the 2-0 right in front of us. Hey, I mean, a positive is that it looks like this is going to be a game with chances, and I mean that for both teams. So that could be some exciting football. Again, it's Celta who are using the space to their advantage well so far with Elias Moriba. It's behind everyone almost. Kubarsi did well to react there and get it clear. And it's pretty chaotic right now, I must say, at the back. Celta are enjoying themselves. They're getting in behind quite easy on their left. Just lay it off and then ball in behind.
Frankie de Jong making a run forward. The pass with Rashford was there earlier. He was in. Frankie de Jong didn't quite see the passing lane. Careful there, what a Iglesias.
Save you'd expect Szczesny to make there. He does make it. He plucks it out the sky, dishes the ball out to de Jong. So Barça do survive that long-range effort from Iglesias. We've almost had it all in the first 15 minutes here. Good chances at either end, and we find ourselves at level. Again, no clean sheet for Barça with the frustrating thing. This is good from Balde. Nice little burst away in defence from him. Lays it off to Fermin. Does feel as if this is going to be a high-intensity clash, at least here. Fermin again.
Right, well, I want to encourage our fans to stay positive. Come on, guys, we can do it. It's an important game today. We need the 3 points. We need your full support. We need your love for Barça. Fill the live chat with blue and red hearts. Come on, guys, do it. Let the kids do it. Yeah! The pass by Olmo for Lewandowski was there. Didn't quite read each other.
Get those hearts in the chat, Guerreros. Come on. Hat Flick needs them. We need them today. And as we know, this could really be a vital day in Barça season 2. Nice from Kubarsi, laid off to Olmo. You can see that sort of attacking midfield through we've got today. I mean, I'm enjoying it early on. I think it's helping link up midfield and attack quite nicely. It's sort of what we've been looking for, I think, and it's nice.
We're seeing earlier there, everyone will see how important Pedri and Rafinha will be for us, of course, after the international break. We hope that they come back, and there are those blue and red hearts. Come on, keep your support coming, Culés.
Lamine, almost not seen Lamine so far tonight, unbelievably, have we?
Well, let's hope it's a slow burn start for him, and that he, as the minutes go by, he can get into the same mode he was in the other day.
Kubarsi now. Frankie de Jong just thought about dinking that ball on the back. Here's Lamine Yamal now. Lamine, oh, nice little cross. Lewandowski won that header. It's going to find Rashford. Look at Balde on the overlap. Oh, they weren't quite on the same page there. Rashford went for the pass. Balde had actually checked his run already. And Celta do survive the latest Barça breakaway.
I think as it came off of Lewandowski's head, Rashford was actually offside there, so it wouldn't have counted anyway. But yeah, Barça slowly starting to get back into flow, into the rhythm of keeping possession, moving the ball around. The number of possession is high. Can we translate that into the early opportunities that we had? Celta playing it from end to end here.
All the way up to Iglesias, who had a battle on there, did well to hold off the Barça defenders, and now Celta can restart themselves with Alonso and Mingueza, as it was in the graphic they showed. Mingueza actually at left wing back and Carrera at right wing back often. I think Carrera's back to left now, so it's interesting that...
Yeah, Mingueza's clearly he is on the right here. Yeah, he fouled Rashford early as well.
He is on the right. That's a nice ball up by Mingueza, in fact, and well, watch out, because Celta are trying to break themselves in behind again. This is Iglesias, well defended by Balde.
Good work by Fermin as well. Celta looking aggressive in the pressure, and they will have been revitalized by the recent results. Mark, you were saying 5 wins in 5 games in all competitions from a side that started out the league very slow.
Same score that Balaidos saw in the last 5 La Liga games at home, 1-1. 5 consecutive draws at the same score in La Liga. Now it would be the 6th consecutive 1-1. So Rashford was very close to break this incredible thing that happened in Balaidos last games in La Liga. Of course, there's a lot of minutes to go. Important teams played here. For example, Atletico de Madrid and Villarreal. 1-1 was the score. We hope that Barça could not get it. And I want to comment some stats about Lewandowski. We talk a lot about the Polish player. He was out of the team for a few weeks, but he's now with Ferran Torres, the top scorer of La Liga for Barça with 5 goals, and for the moment he has scored 5 goals also this season. And it's important to comment that Lewandowski failed the penalty against Sevilla. Of course, today it's not the best penalty of his career, but it's important also to Lewandowski to score as the same way as Pablo commented before that he got the winning goal 2 years ago.
There are his stats so far in this game. The goal scorer Lewandowski. Careful, Rashford.
This is lovely from Rashford. Good driving run inside. He couldn't quite find Lewandowski with his left-footed pass. De Jong now to recycle possession for Barça. Yeah, Celta, one of Lewandowski's favourite teams to score against. Maybe not. There'll be a question about that in the half-time quiz for you all. Here's De Jong. Guarci. For Balde. Well, Rashford's having a lot of the ball early on. He just needs to make something of it. The flag has stayed down there. Olmo now. Right, to Araujo. Well, Barça have certainly set their pattern, haven't they? They're the ones in possession again, as we would expect.
Very similar to Wednesday's game.
Yeah, it is. And here comes Lamine. Hopefully similar to Wednesday's game in that regard. Lamine, did he use that a penalty? No. And to be fair, no appeals from Lamine. They just lost his footing there. I think under pressure, to be fair, from the defender.
Yeah, no, it was good pressure, played until the very end. They're playing it a little bit to the limit, maybe, but when the player who goes down doesn't bring his arms up and complain, that's a clear sign of.
Here is Balde once more. It was better from Lamine there, wasn't it? Really took Carrero to the wire and nearly got the ball in for Barça. That's where we want him tonight. And of course he's got Lewandowski to aim at in the middle, who's already on the score sheet. De Jong now. Eric Garcia. Sort of flip on the back to Lamine Yamal. Here he is again inside of Marcos Alonso. Elias Moriba came across to put out the fire. And goes up for a goal kick.
Goal kick, right. Well, I'm going to take the opportunity here to give a shout out to all of the new members from today's show. There are many of them, as we're seeing right now. The replay of that penalty, which was awarded to Barça. New members on Barça's YouTube channel. They always wear a bit. Al meu tresor. Abel Cruz has joined as a premium member, same as Arnold Guillén, Luis Garcia, Gabriel Vasquez, Cayusa, Tiny 2909, Niley, Capsef 1155, Iron Zetino, Cole Washington, RW Lopez, Cachmania, Lolua Almuhanadi, Naldo, Alexis Vasquez, Michel Juan, Luigi Miranda, Benito Marquez, Gamers Latraj, who ascended to premium, Rommel by the Sea, Christian Mejia, Edgar, Iris Martinez 7946, Carla Escobar, Berluz 6, Vladimir Lopez 7075, who also ascended from basic to premium, Evelyn Rivera, Carlitos Diaz, Jalen Montoya, Wilfredo Beta, Milton 5295, Club's Choice CR, Nesada, Bertha Amaya, this is a long list, Pablo, Merle Arevalo, Rachel Menjivar, Catherine Rodriguez, Eliza Navarrete, Milton Flamenco, Angelito Flow, Chris M, Kevin Diaz, Ofelia Argueta, Moisés Elías López, Amaterasu, Jacob IDK, Oscar Sánchez, Carl Slava, Soy Carlos Bonilla, it's never ending this, William Molina, Humberto Sarabia, Fabi 2510, Marlon Fernandez and Francisco Avendaño.
Hey.
Round of applause for all of you. Shout out to all of you. Thank you for becoming premium members. You well as beat.
I'm sure a lot of them did as well, of course, during that Open Doors training session at the Spotify Camp Nou. So welcome to the family, Corderos. Get your messages in the chat, interact with us all here and enjoy the perks of being a YouTube premium member.
And I'll give a shout out to all of the new members who signed up for the basic pack as well, but at a later point in the game. If I just shouted out your name and you are pleased about it, please raise your hand on the live chat. Send us a question. Oh,
Lamine's in here. He's found Lewandowski. Big chances for Barça. Surely for Fermin. Oh, another fantastic block. Now Rashford off the post without Lewandowski.
What is going on?
By Radu, I can't believe Barça haven't put themselves back in front. Lamine again. And it looks as though they're going to survive, or are they? Lamine Yamal straight at Radu Robert. I cannot quite believe it. It remains 1-1.
How did that not go in? Yunus Radu right now struggling on his knees, but it's good press by Lamine Yamal, who wins it back. Lewandowski finds Fermin, whose shot is blocked. Then Rashford with the half volley hits the post. Lewandowski as his chance denied at the other post by Radu. Quick reflexes by the keeper. And how Barca didn't score there is a mystery.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a super first block, isn't it, from Ilai? She gets in there really well. I do just think Fermin's first touch got away from him, because I think Barca played it perfectly. They did Lamine to Lewandowski to Fermin, but his first touch just bounced up at him. I'm not sure he got the cleanest contact on the second, on the attempt at goal. And then when it came to Rashford, he more just sort of swung at it without much placement. It nearly went in, hit the post in the end. And then by the time it found Lewandowski, I mean, the angle was always tight, wasn't it, again? And Rado did well to sprawl himself and save. I mean, 3 big chances there, I'd say, for Barca to retake the lead. And when you couple that with the Rashford chance from earlier, Flick's team will probably consider themselves a little bit unlucky right now.
And it all comes from one of the signs of identity of this team, which is the high press, recover and create a quick opportunity off of it. It's timid press, not very aggressive press by Lamine Yamal, but it was enough to win the ball back after a bad pass by Marcos Alonso. And from there, Barca needed to be just a little bit more clinical.
Just so very close. I mean, hey, I said it earlier, I'm still at least hopeful that we are making the chances. We're starting to carve them out. I know that one came about from a poor ball from Alonso, but we worked it well and sharply once we got the chance, actually. Picked the right passes at the right moments. Every move there, so it is still hopeful in that regard. We've just got to be careful about this, really. Celta on the other end, there's so much ease at breaking the trap right now on the way Barca playing. That's better from Balde, though, who got a good boot on there. Rashford is doing really well. Good strength from Rashford. Beats off his man excellently. This is Olmo. That's surely a booking there on a foul on Balde, as it were. Fermin has possession. Lamine Yamal. Plenty to raise her eyebrow about today. What's happening? Olmo. Balde. There's a swung-in ball away from Lewandowski in the middle.
Nice defending by Eric there, wrapping his leg around now. Lamine Yamal. Come on, Lamine.
Lamine's got it again. Fermin's inside on the near channel. Oh, good defending by Starfelt. Came across really well. And denies Fermin getting in once more. Another bad giveaway from Celta, though, and Fermin didn't know where Lewandowski was in the middle. Well, I'll tell you what, Celta themselves are causing their own problems right now, keeping the ball away in silly areas, although they've always got this on the breakaway. Here's Jude Glaf running in behind, a player Barca know very well. Still Jude Glaf, he's not got a lot in the way of support.
Yeah, Jude Glaf on an island here.
He's going to have to go back to Elish, and Celta recycle possession.
It's a shame there. Fermin went instinctive, went to look for Lewandowski on the first touch. Maybe just a little bit too hasty that. Let's see here.
Yeah, I'd say so. Ralph was able to clear that ball in the box.
Well, we're in for another chaotic one, Pablo.
Yeah, it does look like it, unfortunately. And when we got the first goal, and it looked like we were maybe going to get the second, I was just thinking in my head, hey, maybe this is one of those like calm games where you control. I just think because of our style of play currently, that's a hard game to achieve, because when you've got a team as good as Celta are with the players they've got in attack, they're always going to exploit those spaces at least once in the game, right? That's part and parcel of it.
Well, yeah, and people tend to forget that last season our opponents also had those chances in space. The thing was that most of the time they got caught in offsides, and then they missed some clear opportunities, or Szczesny made some big saves, so it wasn't as much of an issue this time. Careful.
Iglesias again, and I think he must have been offside. He was offside. Little thumbs up there to the assistant from the referee. Iglesias again, just on the periphery there. You can see the run Rashford keeps making it when De Jong has the ball. He just makes that run off the shoulder of the defender and tries to get in behind. And he's looking lively, but we need a goal from Marcus, and that would be great, wouldn't it? Someone said at the start, Rashford masterclass incoming. We certainly hope it's Manuel Fernandez who he's positioning himself on a lot of the time. De Jong now, who is very much the lone holding midfielder this evening with that what we think, I suppose, is an injury to Castle. We don't have any confirmation on that yet, but he's pulled out of the lineup. Olmo has got the nod instead.
So once again, playing up very high on the pitch in that final third, attacking, being patient, good ball movement, left to right. Lamine Yamal getting involved. It's very resemblant of what happened in Bruges on Wednesday.
It is. Here's Olmo's strike, blocked by his own player. I think it was De Jong, sorry, who had the attempt. Blocked by Lewandowski's back, I think. Not a great clearance from Celta, which Eric Garcia is going to have to pull back out of the sky. Looking pretty comfortable with his mask on. Eric Batman Garcia at right back. still looking comfortable in possession. I know it can often irritate players, can't it? And yeah, they say it can be a real pain. It's the way you see it in your peripheral vision and whatnot. But
some players even decide to take it off. And
yeah,
just play with risk. Yeah.
Lamine now on the ball. Lamine Yamal inside to De Jong. Likes the ball through the gap to Olmo. Still patient from Barça. Lots of possession they've had so far. Managed to pin Celta in. The threat remains on the counter-attack for the home team, but it has been Barça who have taken the game to the home side. There's, of course, so much at stake tonight with Madrid's draw earlier in Vallecas. Eric Garcia bursts into a gap. Very well indeed. It's still Eric, deflection, corner.
Good run forward by Eric Garcia, who likes to get into those positions. He thrived as the right back last season when Koundé got injured. Started out very well this season in that position, and he's one of the players who's up there in the box waiting for that corner kick. So unafraid of heading that one in with his muscles.
He's in there. This is Lamine now back to Rashford. Ball is going to be swung in. There's space at the back post. Who's it going to fall to? It's going to fall to Olmo. Exactly who you'd want it to, because there's Fermin, and his left-footed body goes over the top of the crossbar.
Good attempt from Barça. The ball floated in by Dani Olmo. Fermin with the left-footed volley high over the goal defended by Radu.
I'll tell you what, he catches it well, doesn't he? But
yeah,
maybe almost too well. Sometimes you just want to scuff those into the corner, and he gets decent contact on that, and in the end balloons it over the top of the crossbar. Those are the sort of late runs into the box that Fermin often profits from. Last 5 minutes or so, Barça have been able to take a bit of control and a bit of a foothold in this game. They've stopped them from getting in behind so much, and they've started to really assert themselves as the team who are going to have possession, build up from the back. And that's better. Lamine's offside there, unfortunately.
Feels like a risk to say that, though, Pablo, given what's happened in the last few games. When we felt the most comfortable, then our opponent has caught us in space or by surprise and capitalised on the opportunity. But seeing these Barca opportunities with 13 minutes left until half-time, plus the added time, of course, what will the half-time score be? What will the score be at half-time? Will it be 1-1 still, or 2-1 or 3-1 Barca? I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going
to go 2-1 too. I'm actually quite hopeful that we're going to get another good few chances before the half is up, and I think we're going to take one of them. So I'm going to go 2-1. You could almost go optimistic and go 3. You never know. I mean, we nearly scored 2 within 2 minutes with that Rashford chance, of course. So you never know. Well, almost I jinxed it, by the way, because Celta nearly got behind there again. They were offside on that occasion. We're just seeing images of Iago Aspas, who has a wonderful record against Barça, lurking on the bench. Often is a substitute player for Celta now, but Scotland have already produced big goals this season. This is Rashford now. Goes back to goal, links up nicely with Balde, who's not quite able to keep hold of possession. Rivas doing a quietly decent job of keeping things ticking over for Celta midfield, and he produced the big block on Fermin a few moments ago. Stadl now.
Celta moving the ball around well. Barca trying to push them back into their own half. Mark.
Yeah, in the last minutes, I think that Celta, it seems that they have more control of the ball. It's in the time of the game that Celta have more possession. But I think that it's good also that I see now in Barca better way of press onto defenders of Celta de Vigo. But what I'm thinking is that I hope that there's no something related with the 1-1 games here in Balaidos, because Barça got a lot of chances, and I want to say that after the 3 posts that we hit against Bruges, another one today. So do you know how many times Barça hit the post this season?
It's got to be in the double digits.
16 games.
It's got to be double digits at the moment. I'll say 11.
Enlighten us. I'm going to 14.
11 before Rashford won, so 12 times hitting the post. Of course, somebody could say it's not that luck, it's to have effectivity. Yeah, of course, I think it's between the both things. It's effectivity, but of course, for the moment we don't have a lot of luck with that kind of actions.
It feels like Groundhog Day, like we're having the same conversation as we were having last year, Mark, because I remember there was this stretch in the season in November and December when we were saying, well, how many times has Barca hit the post? Balaidos was one of the stadiums in which we hit the post when we could have gone up 3-0, that Rafinha post, and then, of course, Celta managed to get back into the game.
Yeah, that's it. After Las Palmas also against Atletico de Madrid. But I want to be optimistic about this. But if Barça hit the post, it means that we have chances.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on the same wavelength. I think Barça have started well. They've played well in this first half. They've had chances. They're pinning Celta in. There's the danger, of course, defensively, but for Barça, I think we're playing well again tonight, and I'm happy about that at least. And hey, there are going to be chances in this game. Hopefully, for this man, Lamine, inside to Eric Garcia. This is Olmo now at the top of the D. Olmo back to Cubarsí, who's very advanced. I think he thought about maybe getting a shot away there.
Well, we saw Eric try it the other day from a similar position, and yeah.
One of those 12 attempts against the post. Here is Olmo. That was a crossbar, rather. Olmo. See, Rashford's tried to make the option inside. I wonder whether it would have been better staying wide. And Alfon out. I don't think they're off on a side who will want to go into their low block, but they're doing so here because I think it's going to be what's most effective against the Barça side. You can still tell that the players are just trying to take care with the ball.
I like the patience. I really like the patience here. We're not just hoisting balls into the box, looking for a Lewandowski header.
Yeah. Watch out here, Eric is usually very good in these situations, and he was again underrated, I think, in that pace and strength going back. Eric Garcia actually deals with those chances pretty well, and he marshalled Pablo Duran all the way there. Exactly what you've got to do as a right fullback.
Taking more effort there by Eric Garcia in getting back, recovering the ball cleanly, and just casually strolling back into his position.
It's Cubarsí now again for Barça, advancing into the sort of position where he can start to pull the strings from deep. Now, Lamine Yamal once more. Thought about taking on Carreiro, now chops inside and finds Eric. De Jong. Space again is for Cubarsí.
Barça monologue this at the moment.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's all Barça, but Celta are pretty well positioned, I must say, with a lot of bodies back. That's a cross from Rashford. A brilliant cross! And Lewandowski scores again! Barca's number 9 is on red-hot form. And the Blaugrana have retaken the lead at Balaidos. Celta 1, Barça 2.
I'm not even waiting.
Lewandowski.
Lewandowski gives Barca the lead again. Marcus Rashford, top player in assists this season, does it again. A fantastic cross in behind the defence, and Lewandowski puts it through the legs of the keeper to make it Celta 1, Barca, let's update this, 2.
Oh, it's a brilliant goal, it really is. We were just saying, Robert, you were just saying that you're pleased with the patience of Barca. And boy, were they patient. I must say, once Rashford gets it on the left, it's a wicked delivery, isn't it? There's no chance for Ronaldo from that distance, through his legs. And Lewandowski, it's why we both agreed, Robert, key player today. It's why we both said first scorer today. Because in these games, it's tight, it's tricky. What a brilliant run, what a brilliant finish. It's what he does.
There we go. Right, let's take a look at Hansi Flick's reaction to that goal.
Oh, he would have loved it as well.
He loved it.
He was just checking whether Lewandowski was onside or not, wasn't he? He had a glance over, but
I think he even he thought the cross was going in higher, and he did the header gesture like he was doing last year at
he loves
Santiago
that, yeah.
Bernabeu. I want to go to Marc in a second, but another cross is put in. Marc, Lewandowski finds the net again. Give us his numbers this season.
Well, Lewandowski becoming again the top scorer of Barça in La Liga. Instead, he hasn't played a lot of games, the same as the teammates, because he was out of the team for several weeks. But 6 goals scored by Robert Lewandowski, top scorer of the season in La Liga again, the Polish player. And we have to commend the 7 assists by Marcus Rashford this season. Incredible cross from the left side. Not a lot of space to run, but he puts an incredible flick ball to put the ball inside the box. And at the first touch, as Robert Lewandowski style, what a way to score again. 2 goals in Vigo at the same time. The last time that Robert Lewandowski scored twice in Vigo, we won. It was 2 years ago. The first goal in the first half, the penalty goal in the second half. So 5 goals for Robert Lewandowski in Balaidos in the 3 games he played here.
There you go.
There's some numbers from Lewandowski. Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? We heard from him, and he was saying it was the preview to Bruges, wasn't it, Robert, that he wanted to still match his goals to game and his goals per minutes rather this season. But he's come back in fine form here, and those are two massive goals. You get the feeling, well, he might not be done yet. So Celta themselves a bit shocked, I think, from that. And I must say, Barça have deserved it. I really do think that we've pushed on well in the last few moments. We've pressed high, we've dominated the ball, and we were patient. The crossing was exquisite, the finish was excellent.
And I feel obliged to ask you, will Robert Lewandowski... Oh, wait a minute, hang on. That's the one. Will Lewandowski score a hat-trick today as he protects the ball now in defensive position? And Barça get a throw-in. Will Lewandowski score a hat-trick? Option 1, yes. Option 2, no. Option 3, 2 goals, 1 assist. Mark.
And go with yes, absolutely. It's time to get back also Lewandowski with the hat-tricks. He has a lot of time in the second half to score the hat-trick. I
am going 100% yes as well. I agree with Mark, and it would be ideal before the international break to get Levy back into important player mode.
Yeah, it really would. And I must say, with that goal, he's got to put himself amongst the top scorers in La Liga too, which is very impressive considering the lack of football he's played. We can't forget the injury he was suffering at the start of the season too, apart from the one he's most recently had. That's a decent little ball through that one. Cubarsí was just cut out, and that was a dangerous tackle from Cubarsí, and he's going to get a yellow card for it. He's not happy because he's not happy at all, Cubarsí. He feels he got the ball. I think he's mainly been booked for his reaction. And oh dearie me.
But I think he's angry with himself. Sorry guys, I want to comment that I think that Paco Barça is angry with himself, not with the referee. So he committed the foul, I think it's a clear one. And Cubarsí, the problem is that he shake a lot his hands, he shout, it was very clear that he was complaining about it, but he was at the back of the referee, and all the fans start to whistle, but I think it was clear that he was complaining for himself.
Yeah, and that's what he said to the referee. The referee said, okay.
Iglesias, it's 2-2. Out of nothing, Celta have levelled. Borja Iglesias, first time strike. And it just feels as though, like it did in Bruges, when Barça get themselves in a good position, it's Celta who strike back immediately. I don't even know if that went in the top corner there, but as it were, it is Iglesias. I was just going to comment on the Cubarsí yellow card. Almost no point now. It's Celta 2, Barça 2.
And I'd like to see that one again now replayed. It felt like a fairly central shot there for Borja Iglesias, set up on the edge of the box, free of mark, free to run onto the shot. And once again, Barça giving a goal away almost immediately after scoring. So the ball's played forward there by Mingueza, I think. The player making the run is Jugla, who sets it up on the edge of the box. Iglesias unmarked, no one running to cover, and it's a first touch finish. Celta 2, Barça 2.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is a good finish. I wonder whether Szczesny could have done better. Maybe he could have. It is a good finish from Iglesias, though. He takes it first time too. The issue, I think, for me is that he's open on the edge of the area.
Yep.
I don't know whose job that is, and hey, maybe that's the downside, right, of not having two holding midfielders on the pitch. It's a different sort of Barça lineup. Frustration again, though, for Barça is that, well, watch out. Here's Olmo. Dani Olmo strikes it low, easy for Ronaldo. Frustration for me again, Robert, is it feels like we're doing a lot of the work.
Yeah.
We're playing a lot of the better football. We're pinning our opponents in. We're then getting our goal and getting our reward. And the opponents can go, great, down the other end, one pass up, cut back, and we'll score.
And how
feels a bit too easy.
And how similar does that feel? And I keep saying it in this game, but it really does feel the same way as it did on Wednesday against Bruges.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think, unfortunately, it's been a bit of a theme in recent weeks. I mean, I can't remember how many times I've had to say to you about the goal, Bellingham's goal against Madrid, for example, that we were all saying too easy, too easy. I've had to say that phrase to you too many times in recent weeks, really. And it's felt like a lot of goals have gone in and we've been sort of shocked, like, oh, really? Out of nothing like that? It hasn't felt like the team's had to work hard enough yet, and that's been unfortunate. Hey, look, stay positive. Barça have played well in this first half again going forward. The negative side is, of course, the way it's been too easy for Celta. I say it again, but you know, hey, we've got players on the pitch who can put the ball in the back of the net here. Lewandowski's already done it twice.
I feel great about Barca on the ball, but obviously the issue is trying to trap players in the offside, trying to play the high line close to the midfield line once again here with fine margins, and it's just not fully there yet. It's not 100% sharp. Let's hope that as the season progresses, we get back into being able to play that well. Marc Brau, 6 minutes of added time. Oh, Marc Brau's not there, but yeah, 6 minutes of added time. 6
minutes of additional time. That's quite a hefty amount. I'm just trying to think. We had the disallowed the penalty. I thought it was dealt with pretty swiftly, but as it were, 6 additional minutes. There's a chance of Barça maybe to remarkably put themselves ahead for a third time in the first half. The corner from Rashford was swung away. This is Olmo now, which is, I think it was Lewandowski in the middle yet. Lamine now goes back to Olmo. Come on, Barça. Have you got something for us before the end of the first half? Is there another moment of magic maybe? Is there a remarkable first half Lewandowski hat-trick? Lamine's there trying to do it all by himself. No foul for me yet. Eric Garcia. Still patient from Barça there. Still the side who are taking all of this into their own hands, really, and taking Celta on. Here's Rashford taking his man on, gets to the byline, crosses in, but it's easy for Radu.
I do have to say, Celta doing a good job on Lamine Yamal, keeping him quiet. They're double teaming him most of the time. There's a lot of extra help coming that way, and Lamine Yamal has not really had a chance to get himself involved in this game. Let's see if Hansi Flick can unlock that with his halftime speech and be able to find Lamine in the second half.
No, you're right, and that is the bonus, isn't it, I suppose, of having the back five. You've got the left wing back and the left centre back who are both there. They can double team them, and yeah, you're spot on. It almost for Barça, it's felt like their most viable route has been coming through the left.
And I do wonder if part of the threat is being eliminated by the fear factor of those runs, with Eric Garcia not going forward as much, thinking, well, I think I need to stay back because they've been dangerous on the break, Celta de Vigo. They've shown us what they can do. So Eric maybe not committing to going forward as much, and therefore not giving Lamine Yamal advantages in that sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, Lamine's having to do it all by himself in that regard, yeah.
I mean, we've seen Eric go forward a couple of times. He got himself into the box dangerously once, but I do wonder.
Yeah.
Is he hesitant to commit too much to those overlaps, to those runs forward?
Yeah, it is understandable, and I mean, the more it keeps happening to Barça, the more wary they'll be. But it's about finding a solution to stop it as a collective, isn't it? Really. Here's De Jong. I get the feeling Flick will be bombarded with questions about that once more in the post-game. For now, there's still plenty of time to go in this one, and Barça again are probing the Celta box. It's Rashford, still in a position to where he provided the assist. Can he provide another one? Rashford, it's a great pullback. It finds Lamine. It's in.
It's in. Is it?
Yes, it is. Barça have retaken the lead for a third time in the first half. Lamine Yamal this time gets it on his right foot. It's Celta 2, Barça 3, Robert.
I thought that was a visual effect of the ball hitting the wrong side of the net. It was a bit confusing, but Barça take the lead before half-time. Fantastic. Once again, Marcus Rashford. I don't think that will count it as an assist, but very heavily involved in the build-up here. Taking on Mingueza once again, one-on-one. He's winning that battle many times. Trying to set up Fermin, the ball's deflected off of Elias, and Lamine pulling the quick trigger there at the far post, right-footed finish. Radu gets his hands on it, but can't keep it out. Celta 2, Barça 3, ideal moment to score a goal.
Can you believe it? Just when you probably thought we'd seen enough in this first half, Barça just keep on producing, and it's him again. I'll tell you what, I feel almost bad for Elias Moriba because he's made a really good interception to stop Rashford, putting on a plate for Olmo, I think it was, coming in, who I think almost had a tap in there. He did well in that regard, which would have been another assist for Rashford, and then was only able to set up Lamine, who did fire it in, and Barça remarkably are ahead for a third time here in the first half.
Well, you know who scored. You can call, y'all. Lamine Yamal, y'all. Lamine Yamal, y'all. There you go. Lamine Yamal makes it 3. Careful, because there's still time to go.
Yeah, unbelievably, we actually have to be cautious here, because who knows with the way this one's going. And Celta coming forward again with Mingueza driving through, good defending from Barça on this occasion. Just being reminded that there are 6 minutes yet. We're well aware there's still plenty of time here. It's Jugla. Back now to Hugo, who switches it all the way back to Starfelt. Celta now will try and produce what feels impossible and score 3 goals in the first half against Barça here. I must say, with the way we've played, Robert, I feel that Barça should be quite far ahead in this one. I think we've played well, scored goals. To score 3 here, by the way, is not easy, never mind in one half.
Well, I'm not sure if this is updated after the Lamine Yamal goal, but 14 shots, 8 of them on target, feels like a very good first half attacking-wise.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is, isn't it? And you were just saying, I'm really happy with the way Barça are attacking. I couldn't agree more. As it were, Celta come again. It's Pablo Duran. There's the cross. Down goes Szczesny, and Barça do survive.
Well, final seconds. Give me your Lamine Yamal emojis to celebrate Lamine Yamal's goal that Barça have taken the lead at half-time. Give me some blue and red hearts, of course, as well. On the light track, careful.
Iglesias, Araujo, vital. Iglesias thought he was fouled. Don't think he was. This is Alonso. Switch was excellent to Mingueza. Good block from Balde. Can Barça just get to half-time in peace, please?
Please.
Doesn't look like it, because here they come again. It's all got... Oh, good from Rashford, good defensive play from Vital.
Just get it out of there.
Hold it. Olmo. Doesn't look like Barça going to be able to get it clear. Surely now. It's Celta ball. Mingueza. Got to be attentive, got to be alert.
Of course, extra time being added on because of the Lamine Yamal goal precisely, and now Elias Moriba does another favour.
Far too heavy from Elias, and well, we're into minute 52 now. Oh, that was the giveaway there from Lamine, wasn't it? And Celta so nearly in. Good defending from Araujo. It wasn't a penalty. Got his boot in there. Made an important block.
Replay in there, and yeah, clean touch of the ball of Ronald Araujo. Seems like as Borja Iglesias tried to get off the shot, and it's half-time, Pablo.
There you go, half-time at Balaidos. A crazy, crazy first half. It's Celta 2, Barça 3. Barça have led on 3 occasions. Lewandowski with 2, Lamine with 1. For Celta, Carreiro and Iglesias have put the ball in the back of the net. It's had a first half that's had it all. Barça have been bright in attack, a bit worrying in defence. It's all to play for in the second 45 minutes. It's been frantic, it's been chaotic. Barça are playing well, and for now, they have the lead. Half-time, Celta 2, Barça 3. Javier Rodriguez is on for Oscar Mingueza here at the start of the second half. So Celta do make a change, Barça don't. They keep it the same for the second 45 minutes here. Barça 2, Celta 3, remember. Or Celta 2, Barça 3, I should say, is the score at half-time. Let's not try to jinx anything here. Barça, very good going forward, a bit suspect defensively. It's been a really fascinating first half. We're hoping for more really good football in the second half, and maybe just a bit more control from Barça, where we're able to get our foothold on the ball and start to dominate things and tuck things around. So we're back underway here then at Balaidos. Barça, as I say, unchanged here, so they do remain with that midfield 3. They had to shift to Fermin, De Jong and Dani Olmo, who came in as a late replacement for Marc Casado. Here's Lewandowski, good touch from him immediately to try and get in behind. Still Lewandowski, and Starfelt had to deal with that. That's not a great ball at the back from the goalkeeper, and early on Celta caused themselves some early issues here.
It's curious enough that the player taken off for Celta Vigo's former Barça player, Oscar Mingueza, who in a Celta uniform has earned international caps with Spain, but today, we said it at halftime, we said it during the first half, was suffering mightily against Marcus Rashford with the speed of the Englishman, taking him on one-on-one. So I'm guessing they are trying to limit what Marcus Rashford can offer.
Yeah, no, it is true. Obviously, You know, Barca's 2 goals from open play have come through that side, haven't they? That's been the cross whipped into the box and then the run to the byline and the pullback. So it certainly is an area that Celta, well, they would have wanted to have to try and deal with, and they've made the change to try and do so.
Well, Barca playing with the same lineup in this second half, the one you've got on your screens, with Wojtek Szczęsny in goal, Eric Garcia, Araujo, Cubarsí and Balde at the back. The midfield of 3 that Pablo was talking about, Frenkie de Jong, Olmo and Fermín up front. It's Marcus Rashford, Robert Lewandowski and Lamine Yamal on the right-hand side. Reminder of the scorers in this game. Robert Lewandowski gave Barca the lead. Carreira made it 1-1. Then Lewandowski allowed Barca to retake that lead, only for Borja Iglesias to score 6 minutes after. Before half-time, Lamine Yamal made it 3-2 with a right-footed goal. And the Shark is warming up, Pablo. The Shark is warming up. Marc Brau, Mar Bernal's also there. Andreas Christensen, who else?
Yeah, there are an amount of 4 players warming up. As you said, the Shark, Ferran the Shark, also Marc Bernal, also Dro, who remember is from Galicia, is next to here, next from VIGO, and also Andreas Christensen. As we commented in the warming up, he received the medical okay this morning. He traveled with the team, and also the Danish player could be an option to come back with the team after several days. And now Gerard Martin. So 5 players: Gerard Martin, Christensen, Ferran the Shark, Marc Bernal and Dro are warming up.
There you go, 5 options for Hansi Flick. Of course, more limited options given the fact that Marc Casado had to be substituted before the game even started. Look at Lamine Yamal. Look at Lamine Yamal.
Lamine Yamal, unbelievable piece of skill there, and he gets the ball again. He got out of what looked like an impossible situation. Lamine, well, that's a strong tackle from Ilaish, who put his boot in there well. And 1 possession back for his team. Yeah, I mean, good options on the bench. Terrible giveaway in midfield from Soldado, I think it was. This is Fermín now. Is there an early chance for Barça at the start of the second half? Fermín thinks about it, lays it off to Lamine instead. Now Olmo. Can he flip one in behind the defence? Instead goes sideways to De Jong. Olmo.
It looked like Fermín had the opening to shoot there, but the ball was moving outward. It was at a weird angle for him. He would have had to twist his body in the shot. A little bit too much, maybe. So good decision to just patiently play it to Lamine Yamal.
And in the end, it was probably the right decision. This is Eric now, inside to Olmo. Wide here for Cubarsí, who's got Balde up there with him too. Cubarsí.
Well, we're seeing the players warm up, and who would you like to see in this second half? We'll have to see option 1, Mar Bernal, option 2, Andreas Christensen, option 3, Ferran the Shark. I mean, I'd like to see the Shark. I'm just not seeing who would be taken off, because both Lewandowski and Rashford have been playing fantastically. I'd like to see Mar Bernal get an opportunity, to be honest.
I mean, I think we've been saying that for a few weeks now, haven't we, that we'd like to see Bernal get a chance. Certainly with the issues and the injuries we've got in midfield. You had the absence of Castelló to that as well today, of course, and it's certainly something to think about. Maybe there's something to think about here for Barça. This is a wonderful move, and Fermín nearly gets in behind. I'd love to see Bernal, but I must say I do think there'll be a time in the game where Ferran will have his moment here, and I'm excited to see him too. I think I want to see Ferran, because I just wonder if Celta are going to open up.
And regarding Bernal, I think maybe the opportunities in there, maybe with Dani Olmo. This is, I mean, I'm not referencing the level of play of Dani Olmo today in making that prediction. I just think that coming off of injury, Hansi Flick's going to be very careful with Dani Olmo's minutes. Maybe the same with Robert Lewandowski, and that's where Ferran factors in, coming on for Lewandowski. Marc, who would you like to see in the second half?
Well, of course, I like to see always Ferran, but I think that if Ferran comes in, maybe the player who will be out is Robert Lewandowski. I want Lewy to score a hat-trick. So I think it could be a good day for Mar Bernal. There's a lot of players with a lot of minutes at the midfield position. Of course, not Dani Olmo, but also Frenkie de Jong played a lot of minutes. Well, Olmo could play in the position that is Fermín right now, but I think I'd like to watch Mar Bernal some minutes before the international break.
Me too.
Here's Lamine. Is there a bit of magic from him here? Lamine. It's going to fall to Olmo. There's loads of Celta bodies in the way, and they couldn't quite get the ball through. Oh, no, Lamine had maybe got the ball there, but he has no complaints on his foul there on Ilaish Moriba.
Once again, Barca pushing Celta back, moving the ball around patiently, keeping it on the edge of the box. The openings will be there, the opportunities will be there. Just be very careful now as Celta try to play the ball through. Good defending from Eric Garcia. I'm going to ask 2 questions in a row, but I did have it, and I don't want to get too far from the first half. And I want to ask, what was the best thing about the first half? Was it that we took the lead 3 times? Granted, twice we gave it up. 2, the Lewandowski brace, or 3, the Marcus Rashford performance on the wing. As I said, keep going one-on-one with Mingueza, bravely doing that as Barca now force the offside. I mean, I like the fact that we reacted or took the lead 3 times, but the fact that Lewandowski has scored 2 and is on pace for a hat-trick is fantastic news for Barca, so that's my favourite thing.
Yeah, I got to say I love the Lewandowski brace, and I do think Rashford's taken a step up, but I've loved the reaction. I think it's come from the fact that we're playing front foot, on the ball football, much better football than we saw a few weeks prior. I think we stepped up against Elche, followed up well with Bruges. I'm talking with the ball here, of course, and attacking-wise, and we're doing it again tonight. Just more of the Barca that we saw last season in terms of with the ball, in terms of probing defences, in terms of looking like a side who are going to cause issues every time they come forward, and I feel like we've had that back again tonight. So I like the fact that we've reacted 3 times, that we've scored 3 times, that we're the ones who've taken the initiative.
Mark, what was your favourite thing about the first half?
I don't listen to you exactly the 3 options that you gave, so can you repeat it, please?
Yes, the fact that we took the lead 3 times, the Lewandowski 2 goals, or Marcus Rashford's performance on the left wing.
For me, the first thing, because it's the good meaning that mentally we are fine. After what happened in Bruges, after what happened in the last games, conceding too many goals, it's not easy to be focused, to be mental, very good just to keep going. I think the most important thing is the team is building the win, and instead we're receiving goals, the team is very, very good in the mental way just to win the game.
Thank you very much, Mark. Here is Frankie de Jong.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing is that Barca started the second half very much as they ended the first. They're pitting Celta in, the danger remains on the other end. But here comes Lamine trying to impose some danger himself. Just gets away from, you mentioned there, didn't you, that he didn't go in your top 3 players of the first half. I'd have to agree, because I think, well, I can't believe it there. He feels that Pablo Duran dived on that occasion, but Rojas wasn't having it. They've marshalled him well, though, is what you were saying, Robert. And I must say, I have to agree, they have. As they've double-teamed him at times, and
Eric was quite correct in his reaction there.
Jumps over and doesn't he? Dives. He didn't make any contact with him. I mean, the slide is there to block his progress, I suppose. But in terms of contact, there was nothing there. Carreira now blocked away.
Eric playing higher up on the pitch, I think, now.
Yeah, and that'll hope keep Barca on the front foot too, won't it? And support Lamine Yamal too, which is important. You made a good point of the fact that he was getting double-teamed at times and was isolated.
Yeah. I think even like most times the double team isn't coming from the left centre back. It's almost the wing back and the extra midfielder there in the help defence trying to slow Lamine Yamal down. If he goes deep, it's the fullbacks. If he cuts back in, it's the midfielders. Careful here.
Here comes Celta themselves down the other end. Space again was there, but Barca have got back well in numbers so far. Moriba. Over to Marcos Alonso.
Barca set into defensive mode. Look at Frankie de Jong even sliding in as a 5th central defender. It's a defensive line of 5 almost for Barca.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, de Jong, he drops in there deep then. This is Carreira again. Inside, waiting to see if some space appears, and it absolutely does on the far side. This is Javi Rodriguez off the bench through to Jules Glad. It was just a little bit too overhit from Javi, the substitute. In the end, easy for Szczesny to come out and claim.
10 minutes played in this second half. Positive signs from Barca. No clear opportunities necessarily, but looking comfortable on the ball, defending well, defending in numbers, not allowing Celta to enjoy those opportunities in space and behind Barca's defense.
Just starting to come out a bit more in the second half.
Yes,
Good tackle from Araujo.
Yes, Araujo.
Strong from the Uruguayan in there. This is Lamine now. Barça can just retain some possession. De Jong doing one of his typical little swivels in the middle of the park, and he does so often come away with the ball. That was good from Araujo, wasn't it? Strong tackle, aggressive, kept Celta back.
It's one of the things that Hansi Flick's been insisting on. Like, don't allow them to turn, make the decision, get the quality pass, interrupt it first, even if it's with a foul.
Absolutely, yeah. That's something that will be necessary. Balde now driving forward for Barça. Now Rashford. Oh, good skill from Rashford, but in the end easy. Oh, got to come across and sweep away. It's a good sweep away too. And here's the danger because Jules Glad wanted that played in behind. Well, Iglesias didn't quite find it. Maybe now Pablo Duran, you can see the fine margin instead of working with. I think Jules Glad just went too early. It's going to play on here, Jules Glad.
And he waits.
He does wait. Flag stays down as well, which would make you think that he was onside.
At least the assistant referee thought so.
Yeah. Pereira through to Pablo Duran. How's it threatening on the left-hand side? Duran. Alonso.
So to a team with quality on the ball as well. They look at ease when they have it as well. They haven't been able to enjoy all that much of it. 65% of the possession in this game has been for Barça. As they say here, no se quiere la pelota los peos. It doesn't burn on their feet. They're not eager to get rid of it as soon as possible.
Yeah, there's certainly our team good in the ball. As I said, the commentator's curse, and it's that slide out of play.
That's what I was looking for, Pablo.
Just under 22,000 inside the ground this evening, as Celta are going to make another change here themselves, and you know who, Brian Zaragoza is coming on for Ferran Jutgla, so that's the second sub that Celta have made already.
Mark, give us the Brian Zaragoza jinx curse stats, because I think they've been highly overrated, highly overplayed. He's only scored in 2 games against Barça.
But I knew that you were going to ask me this question. But the problem is that he played only twice against Barça, and he scored in the 2 games. But the problem is not this.
But he's no Fernando Torres, man.
When he played at Granada 2 years ago, and he scored an assist. No, let me explain. Brian Zaragoza scored twice against Barça with Granada 2 years ago, and he scored and gave an assist against Osasuna with Pablo Bull's live in El Sadar that day.
Right.
But the problem is that
right in front of me, by the way, Mark.
Brian Zaragoza scored in La Liga was against Barça. So the only 2 goals he scored with Granada that season was against Barça, and the only goal he scored with Osasuna shirt was against Barça. This is the jinx thing.
Okay, so he's no Fernando Torres, who was definitely one of our nemesis, or El Piojo Lopez in the 90s in the Van Gaal era. But yeah, it is curious to say the least that he's scored his only 2 goals in a season for Granada against Barça, and his only goal for Osasuna against Barça. Okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
I'll tell you what, he's an interesting player as well, Brian Zaragoza. I always think, because I always think he looks so bright, but yeah, I mean, he doesn't get that many goals, so that stat tells us why and everything about that. But he's one of those players that threatens so much on the ball. But hey, at the end of the day, this is a game of stats, you know, and it's a game of numbers. You know, you've got to put the ball in the back of it. I do feel as though he's lacked that to his game. Let's hope his streak doesn't continue tonight. He's got a good half an hour minimum here to try and add to his account. Fermin to Eric now. Barça back in possession with Araujo. Switches over to Cubarsí.
Flick at the moment hesitant to make a move. He must be liking what he's seeing, at least in this second half. Maybe not as sharp, the Barca attack. Maybe more patient or less decisive in going forward and looking for that final opportunity. But careful here. Olmo wins it back.
Olmo in for Barca here. Chance now. Checked back. Can he feed it through to Lamine? No, he can't. It's going to be Celta who recover the ball. Now Araujo wrestles Iglesias off the ball. Strong from Araujo. Finds Lamine. Can he get a shot away? Thinks better of it. It's Marcus Rashford. Oh, we nearly got it back to Lamine. Now Lewandowski. It's a Celta player down in the box as a free kick is going to be given. It looked for me a moment, Robert, as I thought that a 1-2 between Rashford and Lamine was going to come off and end up in the back of the net there.
The Celta player who's down looks like he's in agony, grabbing his right ankle. Let's see what happened there. He gets stepped on by Levy inadvertently, I think, as Levy tries to win the position.
Completely unintentional, yeah.
Unintentional, accidental. And yeah, well, anyway. Play interrupted at the moment. I was just saying, maybe Barca struggling a bit more to break in to that Celta defence. On the flip side of that, I think we're doing a much better job at not allowing them to get out in space, at pressing the player who receives the ball with his back to everything so that he can't unload and pass it on to an oncoming player and allow for those transitions. But Barca much more decisive in their defending.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Yeah, we've, as for now, been able to keep Celta at arm's length, I'd say, and be able to just keep them, you know, at least a width apart from us. And yeah, you're right. First 15 and 16 minutes, really, this second half, we haven't really had too many big threatening chances in behind, which we'll definitely take so far. Just seeing some problems here. Definitely stepped on that Hugo, wasn't the Hugo Gonzalez, but he's going to be okay, I think, for now. He's going to come back on the bench. He's not too happy with it, though. The Celta right centre back, as they are momentarily down to 10.
Seems absolutely fine, though.
He does indeed, and he is indeed going to return to the field. Araujo now tucks it back to Szczesny. Now Eddie Garcia. Lamine Yamal. This is De Jong. If he can burst, that has to be a yellow card.
It has to be a yellow.
You have to give that as a yellow.
How is that not a yellow card?
Oh, come on. Really?
Mark, give us your assessment.
Guys, but can you repeat again, please? Because there's a lot of noise behind me, and I prefer to be honest.
No. I mean, we were just saying, how is that not a yellow card? And you're the expert here.
Well, I have to say that I like this referee. I like Alberto La Rojas because he didn't whistle all the actions. He gave some continuity to the play, and he's a kind of a referee who not always show the yellow card. For me, this is a clear yellow card. But well, I can say that with this referee, if Barca player is doing a foul like this, I think that also there's no yellow card. I think it's a good referee in that way, but yeah,
things to flow,
sure,
to play on a bit. Yeah.
Has to be a yellow card.
Yeah. Okay. Let's be positive.
Not the same way as my friend Mateo Laos, but in a good way.
Okay, in a good way. Let's be positive. Who will score Barca's next goal? Because we believe there's going to be a goal in this second half, and then Marc Brau in his return to Balaidos won't get his prediction right. Marc, who will the next scorer be? Will it be a Lewandowski hat-trick? Will it be Lamine Yamal, or will it be Marcus Rashford? As the question is not on our screen for some reason. There it is now.
No, but as you said, for the first time, I don't answer you one of the things that you put on the screen. I prefer this game to end 2-3, and I think it's fair for all of us. 3 points for Barca, and the score for me. Prediction for me.
Pablo?
I'm going to go for Lamine to get the next one. I'm going to go for Lamine. I think Lamine is going to get another one here. Just a bit of a moment of space. Maybe some space now for Lewandowski to drive in. It's not going to quite come off here for Rashford.
I'm going to go with the Lewandowski hat-trick.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Lewandowski hat-trick.
Well, we want it. We've been asking for it. Let's hope that's the case.
Yeah. Let it be Levy's night. Let it be Levy's night. Maybe another Rashford assist. Some issues here, Pablo, with the cabling situation.
Cables, yeah. They're tangled.
We're all tangled. Hang on. Let's... How does this keep happening?
The cables are tangled as Celta comfortable in possession. Just knocking things around the back with Marcos Alonso now. Goes back to the central centre-back. Wide to Javier Rodriguez. That's one of the first times Celta have nearly got him behind. It doesn't quite come off in the end. And Barça survived that little ball in behind. Let's see, he'll go back to Szczesny under pressure.
dulled down a little bit this second half. It needs a bit of action for my liking.
Yeah, it has dulled down. I mean, maybe Barca will take that. Maybe they'll take it calming down, you know, and just keeping at least in some control. Or maybe not, because here comes Lamine, the man who never likes anything calm, and nearly getting a shot away there. Decent block in the end. And that should be a Barca ball. It is good from Fermin, well stationed in midfield. Yeah, we're nearly at the halfway point in the second half here. Nice little burst this from Balde.
And if I remember rightly, the stat at half-time was 14 shots, 8 on target. It remains like that.
Yeah, that's quite telling. And from the Celta, have Celta had a chance?
No chances for each team.
Yeah, that's pretty mad. We've played over 20 minutes. Maybe now, De Jong, Olmo, Lewandowski. Oh, and Olmo couldn't quite get it back. It falls to De Jong again. Look at the space for Lamine on the right. Eric is invariably going to find him. Lamine. De Jong in again. Oh, look at the room for Eric. Instead, he finds Lewandowski. Oh, he tried an acrobatic swivel and shoot. And there is Barca's first attempt of the second half. It goes behind for a corner, deflected.
And Fermin wanted that one. Fermin wanted it, laid off to him. He was facing goal. Lewandowski had his back to goal there. It felt like a good opportunity. Iago Aspas ready to come on for Celta de Vigo. So I think that will be the third window of substitution. Oh no, they made it. They made one at half-time. One at half-time. Corner kick to Barca. Player down.
Yeah, nothing doing, says the referee. Olmo should win that. He does win it. There's a chance of the back post here, and in the end, tucked behind for another Barca corner. Yeah, I mean, Iago Aspas, I'm sure we'll hear from Mark in a moment, but one of those players who loves playing against Barca, has a very good record against us. And Celta knew that in reserve that they had options such as Brian Zaragoza and indeed Iago Aspas, who is a player who doesn't just score against Barca, he does score against other teams too, but certainly we are one of his favourite opponents. It does spell danger for the Blaugrana. How a 2-goal cushion would put us in great position here. Maybe now from this corner. Come on, Rashford delays, now does deliver the set piece. It's going to fall at the back post here to Olmo with a shot. Did that hit the hand? I don't think it did. Olmo again.
Shot blocked there. And Barca regather, reorganise themselves. The ball goes back to Frenkie de Jong and Lamine Yamal, one of the players who's the furthest back here for Barca. Mark, any movement on Barca's bench?
Not for the moment. Not for the moment. Hansi Flick is looking to the place where the players are warming up, but for the moment it seems that there's nothing to change. I think that Hansi Flick is quite happy with what he's watching right now on the pitch, with Barca controlling the ball, with Barca generating, with not conceding. So I'm just watching right now. I don't know if you can watch it, but for the moment Marcus Sork and Hansi Flick are talking a lot. Maybe they are thinking if something needs to change, but for the moment they wait. And as you said, Iago Aspas, 11 goals scored against Barca. What a legend in Celta is. He's the player with the most games played with Celta shirt, and he has scored 11 goals against Barca so far in his great career. He's the absolute legend here in Vigo. An incredible good player. He's not in the lineup always, but he's good to play the last 20 minutes, and of course it will be a very dangerous player.
Yeah, no, and a threat in space, no doubt. Iago Aspas still being a veteran now, a speedy player. 11 goals in how many games?
I don't have exactly the list,
okay.
But I have to say that not at the first years, but after a hat-trick he scored 10 years ago. Remember that game? We lost 4-1. He scored a hat-trick that day. So since 2015, in 10 years, he has scored 11 goals.
It's not a bad return at all. And you just find the exact stat there, won't you, Robert? Yeah. I mean, it was like with the question that you asked me in at the start of the game, and remarkable. It was your question as well, I think, wasn't it, Bral? The question of how many times have Barca won here in the last 10 years. I think it was just twice. I mean, it's unbelievable, isn't it, how few times Barca have won here. And of course, Aspas has played a big part in that as he comes on here for Borja Iglesias. That is the third Celta change. And this is not an easy place to come. And that stat really tells you just how monumental of a victory this would be for Barca if they are to hold on to all 3 points here, especially in the context of the season with the defeat of Real Madrid earlier.
11 in 23 games, by the way.
It's a pretty good return.
It is a pretty good return, yeah.
De Jong now, nice little swivel on halfway. He's got Fermin up there with him. Now De Jong again, the Dutch international. Olmo. Flick for now has remained unchanged, while Celta have made 3 subs. Still none from the German coach. Just wonder whether that's Flick saying, I'm quite happy with what I'm seeing so far. We're taking good control of the game. We certainly have had more control, that's the word, in the second half. Been less coming our way, certainly less from ourselves going forward too. Now Lamine turns on the dancing feet. Still Lamine, look at this from Barça. Alonso gets a vital boot in the way and, well, riskily cleared that. He got a foothold of Lewandowski too. Very risky going to ground in that sort of situation. De Jong. Oh, look at the run that Olmo made in the channel. Olmo, who of course won that dramatic last-minute penalty against Celta in the home fixture at Montjuic last campaign. Rafinha scored that one. A vital goal it was. Right now, Barça are winning by 1 goal here.
All of a sudden, Lamine Yamal decides to tune things up. He provides the spark. He has the ability with a couple of step-overs to just cause a sensation of fear of something might happen here.
Yeah, you can tell him just upping the ante a little bit in the second half. You get the feeling Barça might need that. Oh, I love just a Lamine moment of magic here, Robert, to just give us a bit more calm in this game, because whilst it remains at just a 1-goal cushion, you never know in football, and especially with the way that Celta have been attacking today when they have got forward. Obviously, they've not done a lot of it in the second half. We've not seen Brian Zaragoza yet at all, for example, and he came on about 12 minutes ago. We've not seen Aspas either yet. Touchwood. Yet. Rashford inside. Can he get a shot away? Yes, he can. Deflection, corner.
Barca, I'd like to see Marcus Rashford look for his own opportunity as well. It's all very good that he's the top player in terms of assists this season, but I'd like to see him call his own number. And there he is. We know he can pull the trigger from the edge of the box. We know he's got a potent shot, a good shot, and he's a threat every time he tries to find that opening.
Yeah, he really is. And getting consistent minutes in the Barca first team right now. He's pretty much been a consistent starter on the left-hand side. And here he is over this corner for Barca. In by Rashford. Lewandowski, flick on. Oh! It's the Lewandowski show! Celta 2, Barca 4. Lewandowski's got a hat-trick. Unbelievable return to the starting lineup. And Barca have their 2-goal cushion.
There you go. How about that for a header from Robert Lewandowski? I was just saying, it's all very well that Marcus Rashford is the top player in terms of assists. Well, count another one. Marcus Rashford serving the corner kick, and Robert Lewandowski flies higher than anyone to just comb that ball backwards and find the far post. Literally hit the woodwork and put it into the back of the net. It's Celta de Vigo 2, Barca 4, and he does it again. He's scored the hat-trick.
He scored the hat-trick. Incredible performance again by Robert Lewandowski.
The net like Lewandowski. Mark, sorry, we were rapping to the Lewandowski rap. Mark, you were saying.
Oscar.
Mark, sorry. Hat-trick for Lewandowski.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't listen to you, and then I start to sing again the Robert Lewandowski rap. So as you can know, there's a lot of noise here, but I can't wait to sing the rap. No, I just want to comment that it's an incredible show by Robert Lewandowski, who scored a hat-trick against Valencia 2 years ago. It was the first time that he scored a hat-trick, and then he scored also a hat-trick against Alaves last season. It was the last time he scored a hat-trick. It was in the early October. It was also he scored a hat-trick against Victoria Pilsen in the first season he played for Barca. But the last time it was a hat-trick against Alaves in the 1st of October 1 year ago. And Robert Lewandowski, not a lot of games played this season, but with 7 goals, he equalizes Ferran as the top scorer in the season.
There you go. Let's take a look at Hansi Flick's reaction to that Lewandowski goal.
He would have enjoyed that one, Flick, and I think he knows how big of a goal that is in Barca's season. It really is. It's put Barca in a very comfortable position now with just 15 minutes to play. It really has. I'll tell you what, though, the goals he's scored tonight, I know the penalty, but the second and the third one, just vintage striker goals. So impressive. And to do that, I mean, just keep mentioning his age. It's almost not worth mentioning because he doesn't get any worse. He's still got the instinct. He's still in tip-top condition. And what he's done for tonight for Barça in their game of need, really, in such a big moment of the season, is imperative. And it just shows you how much we've missed him when he's not there. The sort of player who can make the difference, get 3 goals out of nowhere. And that stat Mark's just given us there. The fact that he now goes as Barça's joint top scorer this season pretty much says it all. I remember the header he actually scored away at Oviedo. And I just thought when that went in, what a brilliant piece of striker's football. And he does it again here off the post and in. Now Fermin comes forward for Barça himself. Is there another for Lewandowski in the middle? Oh, the goalkeeper and defender weren't too sure about themselves there. And nearly fell to the pole.
And the keeper nearly fumbled it there with that attempt to punch it away. I was just thinking back right now to Tuesday when Robert Lewandowski and Hansi Flick went into the press room and gave the pre-game press conference prior to the game against Bruges. By the end of that press conference, Hansi Flick made a point to give Lewandowski his flowers. I remember he said, well, it's funny that I'm sitting here next to Lewandowski and none of you have asked me about Robert Lewandowski. I'm going to talk to you about how important Robert Lewandowski is to this team. And then he just sung the praise of Robert Lewandowski, spoke of the importance of him, of how both his and Dani Olmo's return to the team have upped the level of quality in training. And Robert Lewandowski here scoring the hat-trick, important for Barca, becoming the top scorer for Barca in La Liga today. With the few games he's played, 7 goals, still to make their substitutions right now. But Hansi, very, very praiseful, if that's a word, of Robert Lewandowski during the week. And Robert Lewandowski, well, now returning the favour here.
Absolutely. I mean, Flick knows what he's got with Lewandowski. He really does, and he backs him. He always will. That's exactly why he was in the lineup tonight ahead of Ferran Torres, who's also had a good season, and he's also got 7 goals. Of course, he got his 7th in the week in Belgium. But Flick knows what he's got with Lewandowski, and I think he realises that in these sorts of games, a tough game away from home, we're going to need goals. We're going to need that cutting edge, and that's what Lewandowski brings. It really is. And what a player, honestly. What a career he's had, of course, and he's still having one heck of a career here. The numbers he's racking up even this season, again, just him and Hansi Flick feels like a match made in heaven, I must say. And, well, Alvaro Rojas here has booked Frenkie de Jong for, I must say, I did not think that was a foul at all, even a foul, but it's been given as a booking and a free kick to Celta.
Let's see the replay here. It's up high, the shove off, like forearm. Well, anyway, yellow card to Barca. Guys, on the live chat, we haven't done this in a while. Give me the fist bumps. Yeah. I know you've got the Lewandowski emojis, but I put the 2 fists together, guys, on the live chat to celebrate this Lewandowski hat-trick. Mark, I'm putting you to the test. This has to be like the 2nd or 3rd Lewandowski hat-trick for Barca, right? I remember he scored in his first Champions League game for Barca. He scored a hat-trick in that one. There was a Valencia game as well. I can't think of too many others.
Yeah, I think Martin mentioned earlier as well, last season against Alaves, he mentioned.
Oh,
Alaves.
yes. Away at Alaves.
Yeah, 4th time.
Fourth time.
The fourth, as you said. Victoria, and it's 1 hat-trick per season. 1 hat-trick per season. Against Victoria Pilsen in the first one, against Valencia in the second one, against Alaves in the third one, and now the 4th season. We hope that it's not only the only hat-trick this season.
Oh,
but
let's hope not.
Every season 1 hat-trick and the good score. Incredible. 6 goals scored in Balaidos in 3 games.
Favourite stadium, apart from playing at home, of course. Right.
Marek, you know what I was looking at before the game for my quiz at half-time? I was looking at what Lewandowski's favourite opponents were, and Celta were right up there, I think, in joint 3rd. I think only above them was Valencia and one other team, and maybe I'll ask you in a moment, because here comes Brian Zaragoza for Celta. It's well defended once, then twice, and that'll be a corner. I wonder now with that hat-trick where Celta rank in terms of Lewandowski's favourite opponents.
Well, I will have to search it, but it has to be very, very high, because he scored, I remember other goals, 2 goals of Lewandowski against Celta in that comeback that finishes with Cancelo goal. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That Lewandowski scored twice that day. And the first season, let me check. I can give you the number of goals scored for Lewandowski against Celta. The first season, no goals, because that season Pedri scored at the Spotify Camp Nou, and then Ansu scored his last Barca goal in this stadium. Then the 23-24 season, Robert Lewandowski scored twice in Montjuic and twice in Barcelona, so it's 4. Last season 1. Here in Barcelona 5 and 3 today 8. So 8 goals against. That is the number.
It's got to be up there. It's got to be up there. I mean, I'll check as well at the end of the game, Mark, for previous halftime quizzes. But that was one of the questions, to see where Celta rank in terms
Rashford
of
is injured.
Favourite opponents. Yeah, Rashford is down injured. Let's have a look. He's getting back to his feet. I think he's okay. I think it was more of contact rather than a muscle pull or anything. Yeah, it was. In fact, Rashford is fine. Here comes Celta then again themselves. Barça will have plenty of defending to do in the final moments here, and they do it well. It's going to be a corner, by the way, and amongst all of that, Roman and El Abdelawi came on for Celta. 2 more changes for them. They've now made all 5. Barça have still made 0.
Let's not count our chickens before they hatched. That's the correct way of saying it, isn't it? We're in risky territory now at Balaidos. Mark, last year, it was around this minute that everything started to unravel.
Exactly this minute, so I don't want to say nothing until the 82nd minute is on the screen.
Absolutely right. It all happened last year. I'll tell you what, 2 brilliant pieces of defensive play
as
there.
you said.
Sorry, Mark,
Go, Mark.
Well done. As you said, in the 81st minute last season, Celta scored the 1-2. Goal scored by Alfon. But remember that day we were with 10 men. The red card received due to 2 yellow cards by Marc Casado. And now there's something important also that Hansi Flick, as we commented, no substitution for the moment with Barca, so I think it could be a good card to play. I don't mean to make any changes, so and not only to lose time, but to stop the rhythm. It could be a good way. But for the moment, I see that there's no players going to. No, I see 3 players. Yeah, finally. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that Ignacy can show to you. I don't know. You can watch the images, but I see Gerard Martin and Andres Christensen. So Gerard Martin and Andres Christensen, they will come in, and as I said, I think this is tactical also. You can stop the rhythm with some substitutions, of course. There will be more added time, but with 2 goals ahead of Celta right now, it's time to put some tactical things also from the bench, and I think that Hansi Flick is going to do that.
Yeah, well, very interesting. So Flick is finally going to make some changes. Almost remarkable. I'd like to see a stat there as to whether maybe Flick has ever gone this late without making any changes. We're going to get some footage here from the bench, see if we can maybe see some of those players getting ready to come on here. Barça, Robert, have done a good job in this second half of taking control of this game.
I think they've done a good job of just slowing things down on both ends.
Yeah.
We said it sort of dulled down, but that played in Barca's favour, really and truthfully. Possessions were probably a little bit less risky. There was less risk of losing the ball, although now I say it, and Lamine Yamal goes and gets dispossessed, and Celta managed to break out in transition, though Barca do very well to win the ball back. But yeah, just making the game a bit more boring, to put it bluntly, played in Barca's favour in this second half. They were a bit more conservative on the ball. I think they took a little bit more care of it. Less opportunities came from that. In fact, the goal came from a dead ball opportunity from a corner kick. But that, in reverse, didn't allow Celta to surprise us, because maybe we weren't committing as many numbers forward. Maybe we were more compact. The tactical analysts will say what indeed Hansi Flick changed in this half, or what Barca changed in this second half. It was noticeable.
Yeah, it really was. So careful here, because Olmos slipped over. Elisha's won the ball back high up the pitch for Celta. You mentioned, Robert, nothing silly, please, in the dying moments. We don't want to concede here. It all feels pretty comfortable right now, but 1 goal could change things. A slip there, I think, from Carrera, and it's going to go out of play. It's Brian Zaragoza, in fact, who has slipped.
Yeah.
And it goes all out. 5 minutes to go, and here they come. Gerard Martin and Andreas Christensen going to come on here. So 2 changes for Barça. Their first changes of the night come in minute 85. Let's see who for you'd expect. Straight swaps maybe, or no? Olmo is off for Christensen. Great shift from Olmo today, despite not knowing he'd be starting. So Christensen, you'd expect, will just beef up the midfield. And Gerard Martin, let's see who he comes on for. You'd imagine Alejandro Valde. We'll get a confirmation of that in just a few moments' time. And it is indeed Valde. So Valde and Olmo off. Gerard Martin and Christensen on.
That's the one common theme, in Barca's games. Gerard Martin always gets a few minutes in the end of the game.
Barca bingo.
Yeah, it's the Barca, exactly. If that's on your bingo card, you can check it.
Well done. We haven't mentioned Eric Batman Garcia either enough today for how much I enjoyed that comment. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed his performance as well. I mean, Eric at right back, I know obviously it's going to be tough to see him more in that role given Koundé's importance in this team, but Eric is definitely a very valid option in that position.
Yeah, Aspas, good first piece of defending there by Gerard Martin. Just got a boot on the ball to shuffle Celta a little further wide. Now Iago Aspas again. Well, there's one thing Gerard Martin will give you here, it's intensity, diligent defending in the final few minutes. Watch out here, Fermin nearly got in behind. You do just feel now that Barca will calmly see out, or at least try to see out the final few moments here, don't you? Correctly so.
The shark will come in.
Oh, the shark's coming on.
There you go. Ferran Torres also going to enter the fray for Barca. Not many minutes he's going to get, but there you go. He's going to come on for Marcus Rashford, so Lewandowski is going to remain on the pitch.
Second window of substitutions for Barca. Marcus Rashford gets a yellow card, by the way.
Yeah, I think he didn't go off on the nearest exit point, if you like, and he didn't go off on his side of the pitch. He decided to go across and kill a bit of time, and he'll take the yellow card for it. And those Barca supporters who travelled a lengthy trip here today will be delighted with his display. 2.5 assists, really, again for Rashford. Yet again, just seems to keep on racking him up, doesn't he, numbers-wise?
He does indeed. A great performance from Barca. I do wonder how much of that substitution has to do with that knock he received a couple of minutes ago when he went down, stayed down and struggled to get back up. Let's hope that that's nothing, that it's not factored into this substitution, or that it's not important. The good thing is that... oh, here we go.
In here, and it's going to fall to Lamine Yamal. Surely this is 5. It's off the post.
Another post.
Oh dear, and that's quite a high challenge that by Lewandowski. He's going to go into the book. Well, Robert, Fermin was in, and maybe was in to be, for what would have been a red card challenge, potentially was clean, and I'm not sure if the defender who was marking Lamine was close enough to him. And then, well, Lamine took on himself. I must say, I was just waiting for the net to bulge. Alonso, again, who's made a few of those errors. I wonder whether that would have been a red, you know, as it were. Play on Lamine. I mean, you'd expect him to score from there, wouldn't you? Lady luck not quite on Barca's side on that occasion. Let's just be thankful that was missed at 4-2 and not when things were level. I mean, it's a yellow and nothing more, to be fair.
It's a yellow and nothing more for Robert Lewandowski. A clear-cut chance there for Lamine Yamal. Marabral, this is the 13th time that Barca have hit the post?
Yeah, it's the 13th time, and now we have to wait, because I think there's something between Ilash.
Oh, Christensen's bleeding. Christensen's bleeding.
Yellow card for the moment. Yeah, it seems that it's an aggression. It's the good word, guys. Aggression, kind of thing. But
yeah, I mean, it's a piece of aggressive play.
But maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Of course, it will be reviewed in the VAR.
It's a flinging of the arms, and there's contact with Christensen's
with the players?
cheek. Face. I think it's a use of the arms.
Yeah, no, it's not Ilash. It's Miguel Roman.
I don't think.
Well, the thing I want to comment, Robert, about the post is that, remember, I don't want to say this, but it was the same goal where Rafinha hit the post last season when we were winning 2-0. It could be that 3-0. Finally, Celta equalizes. The good thing is that post by Rafinha was at the 75th minute. Today we are now at least in the 90 minutes, so let's gonna hope that this post, it would be different. So let's gonna check in a while how many minutes it would be added for the game. I can expect at least 5 about the substitutions, about everything that happened. Less than 5, it would surprise me. So for the moment, it's 90 minutes. Christensen is coming back, and give me some seconds, and it's 6 minutes again. It's pretty much because I think that Barcelona didn't end the windows, and nothing else happened on the pitch.
No, exactly.
But to be fair, I prefer to put more at a time in terms of general, than now.
Yeah, there was 6 minutes added on to the first half as well, and we thought that was a bit too much, although it did allow us to score that third goal. But yeah, the referee generous in his assessment of how much added time there should be in this game.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I agree. I mean, Barca barely used any windows, and in fact, before the Lewandowski goal, the ball actually barely even been out of play because we barely even had any shots on goal. I mean, stuff like throw-ins and free kicks, sure, but I mean, there was very little. It's a typical game where you could have easily had it on 3 minutes and no one would have batted an eyelid, I wouldn't say. On that Christensen one, I just think because there's blood, everyone's immediately thinking it must be a red. I actually think it's more unfortunate. It's probably the fact that his teeth have been caught with his gum, right? And it's ended up cutting it and there's blood in it. It looks worse than it was. It actually wasn't that bad. He definitely catches him as he was swiping back, but it wasn't too bad. We've already played a minute here of the 6 added on, Robert. It's looking nearly as if this is going to be a really, really massive win in our season, I must say, and it feels like, for me, big weight off of our shoulders tonight. It's as though things are going to go almost exactly how we would have wanted to today. Madrid dropping points, Barça in control here at Balaidos. Not an easy place to go.
This is what it would look like if Barca end up securing this result. Barca in second position, but now 3 points behind Real Madrid, heading into the international break. And if it does end this way, we'll try and send the noise over to the capital of Spain.
Absolutely well. Madrid will be feeling it. They've not been playing well either in recent weeks, maybe even more important than the poor results they've picked up to Liverpool and Rayo.
Yeah, a week of double defeat there.
Yeah, well, the draw today, I suppose.
Oh, it's a draw, yeah, exactly.
But either way, I mean, no goals scored in either of those 2 games, and 2 almost will feel like a defeat, that one today for them against Rayo, I will say that, especially with the fact that Barça have look as though they're going to go on and win themselves, although nothing's done yet. Gerard Martin with some good defending there. Szczesny's got to get rid of this. He does get rid of it.
And he didn't do the 90th minute move he did in Bruges there. He did get fouled. But,
ball up here by Fermin. Ferran is fresh on, and in the action he's won that header too. Ferran Torres, ball to the back post, was a pretty good one, I must say. Good attempt, and when you've got Lewandowski lurking, it's often the right sort of idea to just swing it up to him.
You have to applaud the effort there of Ferran Torres. Always going to battle until the very end for the ball.
On that occasion, I must say, but before Lewandowski's injury, Robert, Ferran and Lewandowski are working quite well up front together. I think it was the game against Getafe worked really well, and a few others, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I liked it quite a lot, and just wonder whether that's something Flick will think about in coming games. Now that he's got a few more options. You mentioned that hopefully we get to see Rafinha back too, as Barca just get to a little bit more strength and bodies in attack, which is going to help them through games like this one. And well,
I mean, just to get a sense of, this feels familiar. It would be nice to see Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski and Rafinha play all together. But, I mean, I'm not sure that's happened this season. Hang on, is that a second yellow for Frenkie?
Oh, you're kidding me. De Jong's off.
Come on.
Jesus, I mean, we almost can't go one game, eh? Almost can't go one game without some form of chaos. And Frenkie de Jong has been sent off. And I'll say something here, I mean, that is pretty harsh on the silver there for that.
Ooh,
he catches Aspas.
But come on, he's competing for the ball. He treads on him. I mean, this means trouble for the next game against Athletic Club, returning from the international break. Pedri will probably not be back. Frenkie de Jong out now, suspended, and Casado will see mark.
We'll see, of course. There's not any game that we can explain in a calmly way. So a lot of things happen there, and it's a pity. But well, of course, Frenkie de Jong will play with the Netherlands. There will be a lot of games, so of course maybe he will need some rest, but not this way. But yeah, we have to wait for Casado. It seems not serious, but we have to wait for Casado. But I have to say that Dani Olmo, in this position of the midfield, not as an attacking midfielder, I like the way. And I see Hansi Flick right now complaining. Hansi, calm down. You are not Cholo Simeone. You cannot say a lot of things and not being seen off. You are not Xabi Alonso. You cannot say to the referee, I will think bad this way. Okay, Hansi's calm down. and everything is fine. So 30 seconds to go, guys. Important win today. Important win today after the draw of Real Madrid before the international break. I think it's one of the most important wins of the season.
Yeah, Mark, and you'll be interviewing the players after the game, so we'll listen to you there. Hopefully we'll get to hear from the scorer of a hat-trick today. We'll see if that's an option. We'll talk to you in post-game, Mark.
Okay, I'm going to the position. Another substitution for Barça. Hansi Flick will make another substitution, so Margaret now will come in, maybe for the only minute. And then Lamine Yamal will go out. Lamine Yamal who's going to shake hands with the referee. Oh, Lamine, go quickly if you don't want to be booked. So yeah, guys, I will go to the position, and yeah, I think it will be a good post game. Remember, stay here to video analysis. And Robert, I think we can show the highlights today. I think it's the last game of the round. So big post game today, guys. Big post game, reactions and highlights. So stay tuned.
Yeah, definitely stay tuned, because coming up we'll be showing you the 6 goals that happened in this game, and we'll be listening to some of the protagonists interviewed by our own Marc Brau.
Yeah, very exciting. I agree with Mark, by the way, but this is, for me, one of the biggest wins of the season. In a way, a statement win. I think here to come here, play the way we've done.
At a tough stadium.
Yeah, tough stadium. It felt like it could have been a gloomy night for us, and I think we've really taken the game to Celta. Done very well indeed. That one's going to go all the way out of play. Surely now, minutes away from full time, and there is the full time whistle. Barça have done it. They're going to go 3 points behind Real Madrid ahead of this international break. They've come to Balaidos and they have dominated. Conceded 2 goals from breakaways from the home team, but really Barça deserved to it. Lewandowski's got a hat-trick, Lamine got the other one. It was the Polish striker Show who will take home the match ball with him. He's the game's MVP, and rightly so. Celta Vigo didn't have enough to stop Barça, who march on in La Liga. Lewandowski, very much the man of the hour. Ends Celta 2, Barça 4.